sure I can see. All right. Slack, just trying to get, you know, a little adjusted. Oh, okay, okay. All right, hey, shalom. All right, Salaka, man, Salaka. Just trying to get a couple of scriptures together. But shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which rule well. All right, peace and much love, honors and blessings, salutations to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, which hold the kind of composure and integrity. Hey, just coming out again, man. You know, I wanted to do a Shabbat camp and also make up for my live yesterday. Didn't feel too comfortable with it. So I'm honestly coming out here again to redo it. But topic, man, again, America's gonna be destroyed. You know, for those that might tune in that may not know what's going on. All right, and maybe the Lord is directing you to watch a video. But we come out here to let you know, man, that America, all right, which is also known as Babylon through the scriptures, all right, which means the word Babylon means confusion, or a city confusion, all right? That's where you get the word Babel from, like quit babbling, okay? But America is known as Babylon from the scriptures, all right? Which means confusion, because you got nothing but confusion going on in the streets of America today, because you got all these events, all these polycrises, you know, all these disasters, you know, everything that's, you know, causing people to not be able to stand, you know, strongly on their wits, all right? You know, everybody's, you know, hectic and hasty. All right, so that's the state of confusion, all right? But America is Babylon, man. We know it. We know it. You can go on Google now, actually, and you can type in, is America Babylon into the Bible? And it will tell you, yes, all right? America is Babylon, or is the daughter of Babylon, which when you understand who the daughter of Babylon is, you'll realize that that's the one, that's the man that's really causing confusion, all right? The so-called white man, the daughter of Edom, okay? It tells you in Zechariah 2 and 6, all right? In fact, I'll go ahead and prove real quick, all right, that America is Babylon, okay? This is Zephaniah. This is like not Zephaniah, Zechariah. Hold on. Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 6 says, "Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord." Now we know that the land of the north is also talking about America. You come to find out that before the Americas was ever, that the Americas before it was called North and South America, it was known as the Americas, okay? And what gave the name to South and North America is the Isthmus of Panama, all right? Before that, even Columbus, Cristobal Colon, which is his real name, he was referring to North America as the mainland, all right? But what made it North America is the Isthmus of Panama, okay? Which that was back in like the 13 and 1400s, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe in the 1500s. Don't quote me on it. But that's how we know that when it says, "Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north," saith the Lord, the land of the north is talking about America. It says, "For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord." It says, "Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon in the land of the north." So, just to cut it real quick, I'm going to go to Psalms, all right? This is Psalms, hold on, jeez. This is Psalms 137 and 7. Shit. It says, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, all right, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. Because again, the confusion state is really to keep Israel in ignorance, okay, so that Esau can take full control of them, you know, whenever he decides to implement the MOTB, all right. But his ultimate goal, Esau's ultimate goal, is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, his ultimate goal is to kill off all of Israel. All right, he wants to kill all of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. Okay, that's his job. That's what he wants to do. All right, the scriptures talk about in the Psalms, the 83rd chapter, how there is a tumult against our people. A tumult being a commotion of war, though, a commotion of violence. All right, you know, you go into Psalms, the 55th chapter. It tells you that, you know, he speaks words of butter to you, but his inward thoughts are of a war, man, because he wants to kill you. All right, Esau wants to trap up the world, mainly you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and he wants to destroy you. All right. But it says in Psalms 137 and 7, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof. It says, O daughter of Babylon. All right. So what did we just read in Zechariah? All right. Hold on. Zechariah 2 and 7 says, deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. Well, it says it right there. O daughter of Babylon, when it just got done talking about Edom, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. It says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Now, this is a thing of great faith that we read out of there right now, because Esau is going to try to make war with the children of the Lord, all right, which is going to be Jacob's trouble, all right. And what we're doing right now is we're warning the world, which is, again, anytime I say the word world, we're talking to these people, man. All right, the Lord only loved these people. Right now, you know, we already know that a majority of them are going to fall under the sentence of destruction, but in the end, they're going to be saved, pursuant to Isaiah. All right. In fact, I'll go ahead and get it. I'm just gonna start pulling the scriptures out, man, regardless, because I mean, man, you still go on the world, man. The confusion is that everybody can make it. All right. You know, you can be a reborn spiritual Israelite, or whatever you have it, whatever they say. You know, you can be reborn. You can become a spiritual Israelite. All right. But the Lord only cares for his people in the end. First of all, he cares for his elect, but his servant Jacob, which is the whole house of Israel, man, Israel as a whole belongs to the Lord. Right? And the thing about faith is that Esau thinks he's going to be able to win over on us. He thinks he's going to be able to consume us, like it says in Ezekiel 35, before all these things come to pass to him, where we get to dash the little ones to pieces, his people, put them into slavery, all right? So Isaiah 45 and verse, hold on, no, it's not. Yeah, I mean, I could read it, all right? Hold on. This is Isaiah 45 and verse 17. It says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed or confounded world without end. That's talking about Israel as a whole in the end. All right, because when the 2/3 be destroyed on this side, like I said, majority of our people are going to have a sentence of death on this side of this kingdom, because they went along with the so-called white man and what he promoted, or they just lived how they wanted to live according to their mind and their thoughts, their actions. You know, they wanted to be it was wickedness, because any thought that is out of your own mind, it comes from the flesh. All right, the scriptures tell you in Galatians that the flesh is manifest. So our people, man, what they were doing was they were committing acts and actions worth from what they thought of their flesh. Okay, so but that's why. What the fuck? That's why in the end, all right, they're going to be destroyed on this side, but they're going to come back in the kingdom. Okay. But it says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed or confounded world without end. It says, for thus saith the Lord that created the heavens, the Most High himself that formed the earth and made it. He had established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord and there is none else. Now, the ones that he created it to be inhabited by were you Israelites, okay? Not Esau, all right? Not these other nations. It was created for you. And this is, you know, though we come out and prophesy and warn you that terrible times are coming, man, there are good things out of these messages, all right? There are good things, and that, all right, that was comments. There are good things coming after all of the woes, the mournings, the deaths, the calamities, the anguish, the tribulation, the trials, the afflictions, all of that, man. Because, hey, man, the scriptures talk about a sore sword coming down upon, you know, the earth, a grievous death. All right, it's gonna, you know, in order for the 2/3 to get the beautiful things that the Lord talked about and had us prophesy about, you got to experience on this side death by pain. All right, because you loathed the law while you had yet liberty. You know, you took it as an opportunity to just indulge and get what you wanted. You know, men rolling on other dudes to get their woman. You know, just simple shit, man. All right, but hey, man, despite what we've done in this time, you know, we're still going to inherit the earth. Like I just read, that the Lord created the earth to be inhabited. Okay, Second Esdras. Hold on. I'm in the wrong chapter. Hold on. Nope, I'm not. Yeah. Right here. Second Esdras 6. And 54. It says, and after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. It tells you in Acts, I believe, it tells you that the Lord have made of all nations from one blood. Yeah, we all come forth, man, you know, from Adam, but there's a chosen line, all right? That's something that the world dismissed. There's been a chosen, preserved seed from the very beginning all the way up until now, and it came out from, you know, through Jacob, whose surname was Israel. And out of Jacob, who was surnamed Israel, he had 12 sons. All right, from Judah all the way down to Issachar. And those nations, you know, they're 12 nations in one nation, you know, they're 12 tribes within one nation. They've become a great seed, all right? Because they were meant to inhabit the earth, pursuing back to Isaiah, the 45th chapter in the 18th verse, okay? It says, and the people also whom thou hast chosen, Israel, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. It says, as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle. I mean, you got Isaiah the 40th chapter, you got Amos the 3rd chapter, you got Psalms, what is that, 147 or 149? One of those two. I think it's 147. You know, you have not dealt so with any other nation. Okay, these other nations, man, were actually created to serve. All right, again, the precept in Ecclesiastes, when it talked about King Solomon, how he saw an heir that proceeded from the maker, it goes into Esau, really, you know, the servants upon horses and princes upon the ground, you know, basically showing that Jake was, you know, slaves and on the ground, man, we were poor, we were in captivity, and the servants, like I said, these other nations are made to be servants, man. Even Esau, all right, even Esau was made to be a servant. He's the basest of all servants, but he was upon a horse, you know, showing him this time, man, he stole, you know, rulership. You can't forget, man, Esau, and something that Esau dismisses, man, though he makes himself a king today, he was never meant to be a king, all right? He stole that right because he's desperate. He's desperate to get back what he believes he thinks he lost, which he never lost it. He was never ordained to get it, all right? There's something called predestination, and Esau forgets about predestination. Even though he'll put it in his books, all right, he'll totally dismiss that fact, all right? But we were made, all right, the world was made for our sakes. It says, and as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle. And I keep aiming to focus on Esau, because Esau, man, this is the main enemy that we prophesy against right now. All right, you know, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Zechariah, Zephaniah, Habakkuk, damn near the whole Bible, man, has something to say about Esau, all right, and his coming judgment. My favorite book, Jeremiah, tells you that Babylon, man, is going to be emptied and desolate. Isaiah tells you it's going to be wiped out. It's going to be swept out clean. Because Esau, man, his mindset is that he actually thinks he's going to win when the Lord returns. That's what we're nearing to, man, the returning of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So we come out here to warn you, and we sound like a broken record, but it also never gets old. We got to tell you constantly, because the blood is being, shut off of our hands. Not shut off our hands. The blood is being taken off of our hands. We're not guilty because we've been warning you. Like I made the comment yesterday, we have warned this world, Jake and all. But we've also watched the world despise the word. We've also watched you not listen or regard. So, hey, our hands are clean, but we still got a job to do. All right. In fact, before I finish that in Esdras, let me go into Isaiah real quick. Damn it. Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 8. It said, also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go forth for us? Now we already know that the prophets, man, the men of the Lord, they've been sent out, man, to preach. You can see that shit for sure, man. You see us out here in the highways and byways daily, day in and day out, and day and night. Even the Lord said, I sent my prophets out rising up early, day and night, because you got brothers. When people in America are asleep, when the prophets are asleep in America, you got brothers on the other side of the world preaching against America. All right, prophesying. All right, reading the words and the true understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. But yeah, man, it says, then said I, here am I, send me. It says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. You still lack the ability, man, to understand. We've broken the scriptures down plain. All right. Again, man, Paul said, he said, I have not shunned to declare unto you the whole counsel and gospel of the Most High. We poured our hearts out with this, man, because we ran diligently. Going back to Peter, it said, of what the prophets diligently inquired. Let me go and get it real quick. All right, hold on. This is 1 Peter 1 and 10. It says, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you. But that encompasses the whole aspect of the truth. We looked for salvation, but we also saw what we had to do to acquire salvation. We understood that rough times were coming. All right. Even Yahushua said, man, that these things must come to pass. All right, we've been, hey man, the apostles, man, on down, we've been making thorough videos, man. Who is it? Elder Ariala, man, he's known for it, making algorithm videos. All right, basically of what we can discern of the spirit and calculate of what could possibly happen. But you've been seeing these things happen, man. We saw what happened with the supply chain. We saw what happened, you're seeing these executions of like billionaires and app creators. Of certain social medias or financial apps and all that. The guy with Cash App, man, he died. Now they're rolling out the Fed now, man. We see this devil's play, man. I mean, there's a lot, man. The riots, like the brother Atazom says, man. These poly crises, man. There's so much, even the world can't even keep up with it. But there's so much going on to let you see that something is approaching, where the evil days draw nigh, right? We let you know that destruction is on its way. Man, that's one of my favorite topics to talk about. It's so easy to talk about because we're letting you know that what you see before your face, all right, everything you see, man, is going to be laid low. It's going to be grounded to powder. It's going to melt away, all right? And it's going to happen through the thermonuclear missiles. But before that, man, you're going to have these poly crises happening because Esau, he's a worker of order out of chaos, all right? But it's to implement his agenda, all right? So we know that this devil is working. In fact, hold on, I'll go ahead and get it in Revelation 12. We know he's working because we understand that he's desperate basically to hold on to his life. Because the scriptures talk badly about Esau, man, and he's read those scriptures. So he's trying to work to try to avoid that. Revelation 12 and 12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you. And then the devil is well, remember the word devil means liar or a deceiver. Well, who is the liar and who is the deceiver? All right, what did it say in Proverbs? That when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 more abominations within him. That's the so-called white man. You can never believe that this man is going to tell you the truth. Never. All right, I'll give you an example, man. I ran out of gas, man, back in like 2012, 2013, back when I lived in Texas. I was about a mile away from my house, and I ran out of gas right down at the hospital. I went inside it, and there was a band of cops. I asked one of the cops, hey man, I was to see if y'all can spare me like 10 bucks, man. I ain't got no money on me right now. Can y'all help me out? And the cop, all he had was a $20 bill, and the way he fucking handed it to me, man, I won't ever forget it. He handed it to me. He's like, go, get out before I take it back. I never fucking met this man in my life, but there's never any good intention or empathy or sincerity behind Esau. And believe me, man, we've had enough experience with this devil. We know not to trust him, man. The scriptures tell you, never trust thy enemy. And the times that we're wrapping up to, man, this devil's gonna try to pull out one last trick. And the thing that you can always guarantee, man, or trust in with a man who's desperate, is he gets sloppy. And that's what's happening with Esau, man. He got sloppy. All right? The scriptures say that he that diggeth the pit or that rolleth the stone, it shall roll back upon him. He got sloppy, man. So this devil, man, trying to roll out with the MOTB is his last sloppy tactic. We already see through that shit, man. We know what it's going to be used for. He's going to try to gain control of the whole world. Mainly you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians. But this is because, again, he has a short time to live. He knows it. All right? Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. This devil caught on, man. He read them scriptures. He read Job, which I'm about to get, where it says that his times have been determined. All right? This is Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. The time is short. Even Paul said it, brethren, the time is short. All right? What is it? The days are at hand. The end of your world is here. The beginning of sorrows, the beginning of woes. That's signs in itself that the end times are very near and approaching. Okay, so Esau is about to roll out a lot of shit, man. He's about to show his horns. All right, we see now, like I keep using the Fed now as an example. That's a little horn being risen up. Because watch what's going to happen with it, man. Watch how it's going to unfold. Okay, and with the Fed Now thing, man, it's going to be the first app where you're not going to be charged to send money. Like with Cash App, it'll charge you, 6, 3, 4, 7 cents to the dollar. All right. Well, Fed Now ain't going to have that. It's not going to charge you. All right. But that's all. Hey, man. Hey, where's that one, man? Let me see. It's in Psalms, I believe. Damn. Let me see. Yeah, Psalms 10 and 7. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Hey, man, I've been quoting this a lot lately. Sirach 14 and 7. That if he do it good, he do it unwillingly. And at the last, he shall declare his wickedness, man. Esau, if anything ever seems too good to be true with this man, you know damn well that is true. Esau will never do anything out of his good. Like Leonardo DiCaprio said in Django. Hey, don't be working on my soft heart. Man, Esau, the scriptures say, man, that the bones are full of the sin of his youth. The wages of sin is death, man. It even describes to you in Sirach how sin is when it bites. It comes like a serpent, just like Esau, man. He's been coming crafty. He's been getting over on the people. He's been winning you jakes over, man. And ultimately at the last, man, he's gonna win you over to control you and make you a robot or kill you at the slightest disagreement you have. Because can't forget that the MOTB, man, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, all right, has the explosive power of a hand grenade. All right. So, look, man. It says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. It even tells you in was that Wisdom of Solomon 2? It tells you, man, that Esau was a counterfeit. He was a fraud. All right, he was a what do you call it? An imitator. All right, but that imitator, man, was all a ruse, a charade, or a guise. Basically, the word guise means a distortment of truth. All right, and Esau, he was made to be the distorter of truth, man, right? The anointed cherub that covereth. Okay, so we're letting you know, man, we're telling you that this devil is still the same devil that the Bible spoke about. All right, he was created to be the waster that destroyeth. All right, you got a good and you got a negative, man. You got the sons of power, the princes of power, and you got the sons of the wicked, which is the so-called white man. All right, let me see what y'all brothers posted, man. Yeah, Psalms 55. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna read these all, man. Psalms 58 and 2. It said, well, you know what? Let me read that one in Jeremiah 3 and 15. It says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which is the prophets, man. You know, the men that you see on the highways and byways preaching and basically condemning this place, also revealing and exposing everything, right? But it says, I will give you pastors according to mine heart, you know, according to the Lord's understanding, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding, which is us, all right? The household of faith, all right? You want to go as far as saying the tabernacle of David, hey, that's us, man. That resides at Great Millstone, which really the tabernacle of David is ultimately the elect, all right? You got to put that out there, man, because you got assholes that will say, so now you're just saying the elect only come out of Great Millstone. No, man, we're not saying that. But a huge majority resides over at us. But that's us, man. The pastors according to knowledge is our Israelites, first and foremost, all right? And they come out of these 12 tribes. You can't see it, but... And then they go out to the highways and hedges like they're compelled to do, and they warn the people, all right? But let's go ahead and jump down. Psalms 58 and 2, it says, yea, in heart you work wickedness. Yep. Yeah, that's your heart, man. Didn't the Lord tell Cain that if thou doest good, shouldest thou not be accepted? But if not, sin lieth at the door. That was a statement, all right, when he said that sin lieth at the door, that unto thee it shall be thy desire, meaning that Esau's heart is about committing iniquity. Doesn't it call him the worker of iniquity? Doesn't it call him the man that opposeth the Most High? So he does everything in full opposition of what the Lord prescribed for man on how to live. Okay? So it says, yea, in heart you work wickedness. Hold on. It says, yea, in heart you work wickedness. You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Yeah, man, your whole MO is about being wicked. All right, the scriptures say you can't even sleep except you have done mischief. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Yeah, man, you come out wicked. Okay? And you got, and I like talking about this subject a little bit because I always made the notion, if you agitate the peace of an Edomite, see how they react. All right? Take away the peace of an Edomite and see how demonic they become. See what wickedness they'll resort to keep their position or to keep their comfortability. They'll become a devil, just like Esau right now, man. Again, going back to Revelations 12. He's unrested. He's not sleeping well. Hey, to prove that, this is Revelation. Hold on. This is Revelation 11 and 8. I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. All right? And they are the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half. That's talking about the 350 years that we were in slavery in this time. All right? And should not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. That's why Jacob, man, you know, with the captivity when we were in slavery, that's why we went through all the hell we went through, man. That's why it was can't think of the word. It was cruel. All right? They had no pity on us. They had no mercy. It says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry and shall send gifts one to another because these two prophets tormented them that dwelled on the earth. That's oh man, I'm already forgetting. Zerubbabel and oh man, shit, I forgot, man. I know one of them is Zerubbabel, all right. But hold on, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. Damn, Salaki, man, I forgot that. I'm gonna have to go back and get the understanding. But it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. Salaki, man, I hate forgetting stuff whenever I'm out here. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit, so what, 1619 or 1620 to 1969/1970, all right? It said, which was the time, again, that we were in slavery, all right? When we were brought over from West Africa, you know, we were put on the slave ships. We served slavery under the so-called white man. You had Ham, you had Ishmael. You even had you even had some of our own people putting Jake into slavery. All right. The whole thing with the transatlantic slave trade coming over to America, all right, serving hardcore bondage. That's what that 3.5 days is. It says, and after the 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. That's talking about when Elder Abba Bivens was risen up. All right, 1969, right? The spirit of life entered into him. You know, he knew, he got the understanding. He knew he was an Israelite. All right. It says that after the 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High, which is ultimately the spirit of understanding, the Holy Spirit, entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. That's talking about the elites right there. That's the point I wanted to get at. All right, the elites. Once they seen, you know, that you always remember that account with Elder Ariah, High Priest Apostle Elder Ariah. He talks about the account when he was out there preaching one day, and them Edomites came out in them suits out of the limousine, and they, you know, jumped out yelling like, how the hell did you find out about this, man? We paid all this money. All right, that was the great fear. Not saying that was the exact moment, but once the elites saw us coming out to the highways and byways again, man, they understood that was the end. And that's also, you know, where the glory days of America ended. During 1970, after that, man, the glory days was over. All right? This is when America started declining, okay? And we've seen it even to now. Right now, though, like going back to that word guys, man, look up the word guys. It goes into a distortment of truth. Esau has been put in this false sense of peace on the country this whole time, so to keep y'all in the unknowing. But you know, you got that battle of good versus evil, man. You got the worker of wickedness. You know, like it says, we battle against these principalities. You know, against darkness in high places. We're battling the elites and all the agendas they're pushing forward. You know, with their peon Edomites and all that working against us. Even the sellouts of Jake. You know, that one, I can't remember that bitch's name, but she got the damn little fro. You know, she wicked as fuck. All right. But they working against, you know, what we're doing, trying to demonize us. All right, trying to, you know, what you have over there. What was it? Where that 2-year-old was put into prison because their parents had a Bible. You know, everything is zoning in though on America. All right, we understand that America is going to be the last to get, you know, to feel all of that chaos that's going on around in the world. All right, that baby in China that was put into prison, all right, for life, that's a precursor, man. That's gonna all come here to America, man. They've been demonizing the prophets. All right, they've been saying that we're the conspiracy, the conspiracy theorists, we're the spreaders of misinformation. But this is all tactics because, again, the so-called white man is terrified. He's afraid because, again, and they that stood upon their feet, this is where the valley of dry bones started happening, where all the men of the Lord started waking up, all right? In the process of time, from the 70s all the way up until now, we've been waking up, all right? And we've been doing the job of a prophet. We stood upon our feet, all right? The valley of dry bones coming back together. The flesh is that spirit of life, man, the Holy Spirit, all right? Because before that, we didn't know who we were. We didn't know what was going on. We just continued from our heritage. Esau beat us into ignorance, you know? But that's all coming back, man. And now the ones that are mainly pushing and treading out the corn is the apostles, all right? And it goes down to the elders, go down to the bishops, goes to the deacons, go down to your brothers, All right. So it said, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. All right. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they set it up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them, because at the end, man, Esau, which is our enemy, he's going to be looking up at the elect. You know, you also, hey man, there's going to be a lot of things. It's going to be a televised event. Hold on real quick. Select. You're okay. You can come. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. But it said, and the self-same Salakia. Oh, but like I was saying, the enemies are going to behold us, because we're going to be in the chariots. We're going to be saved. All right, the elect. All right, and our enemies are going to be holding us looking up while the missiles are coming down. All right. It said, in the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the Most High in heaven. It says the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. Talking about the World War III that's going to happen though. All right, you're going to have a lot of, I'll just say, you're going to have a lot contributing to the return of Yahweh Ba'al Shem Yahushua. While the Lord is sealing up the elect, while He's keeping them protected, you're gonna have Jacob's trouble. Because that's what's going to be when Esau tries to implement the chip or starts to force it. All right, there's going to be more lockdowns. We already know. We talked about this. You're going to be cut off from supplies. All right, going back into Revelation 13, you're going to be able to buy or sell or trade, do anything, man, unless you have that device. But this has all been the working of the man that was estranged from the womb, the sons of the wicked, the Edomites. All right, and they're doing this again because they know they have a short time. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Let me. Let's see. Psalms back in 58:2. It says, "In heart you work wickedness, you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth." It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray." As you know what? Hold on. I want to look that up real quick. I know. Hold on. Hold on. The word estranged, all right, it says a person no longer close or affectionate to someone, alienated. All right. Let's see. To treat as a stranger, not belonging to the family. Hey man, we already know that it calls what does it say? A bastard. It called Esau a bastard at one point in time, right? And a bastard is basically an unbeliever, man, outside, an outcast. All right, so Esau is already, his path, as soon as he's born, is already going off, and we know what his path is, man. We know what his goal is to do. All right, it's to, again, going back to Psalms 137, where he said, "Race it, man." He wants to kill off all of Jacob. Because he thinks he's going to get his birthright back by doing that. Sirach 14:7, it says that if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Look, man, there's a reason why you get spam mail all the time. You're probably wondering why I mentioned that. Spam mail is Esau's way of believing that he knows exactly what you want. Esau, he does know what you want. He knows what Jake wants to dabble with and partake with, indulge in. Nothing but hooliganism, man. As long as it allows Jake to, get a bitch, fuck a bitch, get money, get drunk, get high all day, then, that's all it takes. So it don't take much to trap up Jacob, man. All right? So you really think that anything that Esau's doing for your betterment, you think that's real? You think that's actually a reality? No, man. Esau has hated you, man, from the very beginning. Okay? It says, and if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his end. Like I said earlier, man, you were never meant to trust your enemy. You were never to trust your enemy. I'll say it like that. All right? Psalms 55:2 says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And this is This is the draw. This is what we're drawing near to. All right, right now, man, Esau's letting his slaves, play around. You can go to the mall, you can go to the store, you can go to your friend's house, chop it up, man, talk some shit, But there's coming a time when it's all going to be cut off. All right, when the mirth and the joy is ceased from the place. I mean, yeah, destruction is going to be a part of that, but that's going to be a thing, man. That's going to be a privilege. All right, they showed you that with the whole with the whole 19C thing. I'll say it backwards, maybe the algorithm will get confused. But you saw what happened there, man. They were cutting people off from entertainment. Bread and circuses, right? Well, that's coming around again, man. This time it's going to be, amplified 100 times fold. And you really, y'all people really don't know what you're dealing with when it's, pursuant to the mark of the chip, or the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, the charagma. You really don't know what's about to be pushed behind it. Esau is coming with his full force of devilism, and he's going to show it whenever it comes to pass. Right now, you got people, they're trying to promote it. Like, you can go to a tattoo shop. Oh, shit, that looks dope, man. Oh, shit, you paid for your tattoo with it? That's crazy, man. Hey, man, it's all a con. It's all a scheme. And eventually, he's going to try to frame it by law in mischief. He's going to make it a law that you have to take this device. All right? But, Sirach 12:16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. All got Esau written all over it, man. I was going to mention this. When you go into the word policy, all right, I like to mention this, man. The word policy goes back to cunning, all right, and cunning means to be skillfully deceptive. You can't forget, man. You're working with the devil here. We're watching the devil. Again, believe him not. Though he speak fairly, man. Hey, man. Hey, you got someone right behind you, man, ready to stab you, and it's one of his people. All right. Let's see. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, yeah, I was watching this clip, man. A brother posted it of an Edomite, man. He apparently he served 25 years, man, for pedophilia. All right, and apparently he met up to go. He met up at a Starbucks or whatever to go meet up with another 14-year-old boy. All right, and do the same damn thing. And the guys caught him. They have these guys that go around, trying to catch up predators, because they ain't got Chris Hansen no more, right? But these guys sat down with him like, bro, you're about to fuck another little boy, man. They're like, you didn't learn from last. Well, anyways, the point is that this Edomite that was about to do this pedophile act again, he started crying, trying to get shaky, trying to be showing like he was really sorry for what he did. Look, man, you can't believe this devil, man. He's gonna go right back to that same shit and do it again. Except this time, he's gonna try to cover his tracks even better. You can't give no leeway, man, to this devil, man. I can't remember who said it, man. I still haven't found out who said this quote. But basically he said, don't give this man no leeway, because he'll use it to try to get over on you. Esau, man, will try to find any nook and cranny possible to use for his advantage to try to be wicked. That's why, man, we weren't supposed to make no covenant with the devil, man. You made a covenant with death. You made a covenant with the so-called white man. You thought him to be your friend. You didn't think his ways were so bad. And look where it's gotten you, man. All right? Look where trusting your enemy has gotten you. I'm going to read that whole chapter, because now you look at what the world has done with Esau ruling it. Now you see that the whole system was really created to look down upon Jacob and really keep you in a trap. All right? And now you look like a fool. All right, this is Sirach 12:10. It says, "But never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching," that was the part I was looking for. I was looking for that earlier. "Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him." All right, it says take good heed, be very cautious and very observant. All right, Sirach said, man, to be very careful at all times, to keep your secrets to yourself. Because you got the, hey, what did Peter say, man? Peter said that be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walketh about as a lion seeking whom he may devour, man. That spirit runs through the spirit, runs through Edomites. It runs through Esau, man. It said, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. That's why when we come out to prophesy, man, we don't look stupid when we talk. We know what we're talking about. That's why when the devil comes around, we don't sell into his shit. We're not bought into his shit. I'll say it like that. You cannot, hey man, at this point in time, man, the years that I've had in this truth, ain't no Edomite gonna deceive me, man. I already know. Don't believe his ass. And really, we're at the point where, fuck you, man. We ain't even trying to deal with you or talk to you now. Even at jobs, man, we got to deal with you, but that's as far as it goes. And really, you're getting played because you're talking to a man that, you know, has the understanding of who you are. You're a devil. All right? It says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. He's the same devil, man, that we've been prophesying and speaking and preaching to you about for all these years. Starting back with, but you had Nat Turner, man. Nat Turner, Elder Abba Bivens, all right? Fuck you looking at? All right, you had, you know, these certain, you know, in the 60s, man, you had certain movements, all right? Then you worked up to, you know, the Black Panthers, who was it, freedom fighters, because they were catching on, man. They were catching on that this man is the devil. There's something wrong with this man. Why the hell is he getting away with lynching us, burning us, throwing Molotov cocktails at us, coming to our house, throwing bricks at our windows, all right? Pulling us out of our jobs because they don't like that we're in office, so they want a white man to be in their position. And then we'll look at that stuff and like, how the fuck is he getting away with this shit? You know, there was a picture that a brother posted last night of, you know, these two Edomites having this big ass grin and smile, and they were holding a Jake that was just killed, and he was all bloody. You know, who the fuck would do that shit, man? Who would honestly do that stuff? And real quick, I was gonna mention, I've been wanting to talk about it lately, Kodachrome, all right, which is what, you know, pictures used to be. You know, you used to be able to print out pictures, but you notice how they went digital, right? The reason why they did away with Kodachrome is because anything that is not digital, you can bring back out and you can use it as a witness or a testimony. So if you make something digital, you can erase it. That's why everything is becoming digital today, man, because Esau's trying to erase his history, all right? He's trying, and also you can control things that are digital. Prime example, the digital currency that they're working right now. You got like what, 40 banks working in the Fed now on digital currency right now? So, but because you could control it, you could delete it, you could control it, you know, you bend it to how you want it to be, all right? But yeah, man, I mean, just examples. Sirach 12:12, it says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. You know, you thought this man was your friend the whole time, and you come into a situation where you needed his help, and you turn your back, and he's right there with the enemy, ready to take you down, and you looking at him like, what the fuck, bro? You know. It says, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Anytime Esau ever worked a policy, or he came in the name of peace, it was so that he could gain control of whatever he was working on, whatever country, whatever city, whatever town, motherfucker. All right. Anytime, hey man. What's that movie? Lawless. A good example was when Tom Hardy, he was running a distillery or whatever. You know, he was making his own moonshine or whatever, and he was known to have the best moonshine, I guess. And they ended up putting in this new Edomite attorney or whatever officer, and he said the officers to Tom Hardy in the movie and said, you know, we're gonna give you a tax which will allow you to do business on this side of the town, but you got to pay the tax. And the justification for that was, we all just want to do a little bit of business with you. Who the fuck are you to come around someone else's business and tell them how the fuck to run it? And that's what Esau has done. Anything you see that, man, any building that you see, man, is ran, there's Edomites controlling it. You know, you can't, and if your business excel, you got to actually hire somebody. You got to hire a CEO. Say you're the owner of your own business, you actually have to hire somebody to oversee and overlook your stuff, your business. Otherwise, you can't have the business. You have to shut it down. That they showed that in the movie, The Intern, I believe, I think it was called, with Robert, what's his name? He's my favorite actor, man. De Niro. Robert De Niro. He's my favorite actor, and I forgot his name right now. But he played in a movie with Anne Hathaway, and it was to where her business was doing so well that she was being forced to hire a CEO for her company, and someone that had the experience. And she even asked the question, why can't I just take classes to be a CEO? It doesn't work like that, man. You gotta have Esau, man. They called it guardianship back then. All right? You look at what is that? Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Or no, even before that, when Jake was finding oil, they had Edomites come into the cities or the towns, and they were basically saying, we'll be the ones to, basically we'll be your bodyguards, because we know you're finding a lot of oil and we'll guard it for you. But under the condition, Esau had control over the money where it was being vaulted, all right? And Esau had to be housed. See, you see this devil, man. He wants to take the seat. So what happened when Jake finally tried to kick out Esau? Esau came in and burned the whole city down, all right? It says, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked with. Yeah, you can't, Salaki, you can't play the victim after we've told you enough on how to deal with this man. Playing the victim of, well, I didn't know that was how he was, man. Hey, man, the men of the Lord have been on the highways and byways, man. We've been making millions, billions of videos now to warn you of this devil, to let you see that everything he keeps on pushing, every agenda, every initiative, every plan, every stimulus incentive, every policy that he draws in is to safeguard himself, all right, and to take control and power. Do not trust this devil, man. Soon enough, you know, you're gonna know who he was, all right? It's gonna take the Lord, and y'all people may ask, well, how do we know, man? Well, at the end of the day, the Lord's gonna reveal it. And by that time, it's gonna be too late, because you despised, you disregarded what we were warning and trying to teach you. That's gonna be to your own demise, all right? Because Jake has been warned enough. We come out here, we do our job, we've warned the world, but like I said, we've also watched the world not listen. So it's on you at the end of the day. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? We told you, man. We warned you. Don't trust this man. We told you that his incentives or his devices or his plans only were going to be a bad ending for you. Again, it was to race it. All right? I'm going to get that in Psalm 83. All right? Esau's whole MO was to get rid of all you Jacobs, or all you Jakes. All you Jacobs. All right, hold on, let me get this. Psalms 83 and 1. It says, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head, meaning they're getting ready to attack. They've stood up, they're standing upon their strength, you know, their platforms and their foundation, which is basically, you know, all weaponry and all instruments of death. And they're getting ready to unleash on Jacob, hence Jacob's trouble. It says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult. The tumult goes into a commotion of war. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Going back to the policies. Man, go online and search them, because I don't know exactly. I just know that there's between 33 and 36,000 laws in America today, and they're all drawn up to protect Esau when he, commits his bullshit. Because you go back into the 1660 up into 1660, 63, Esau had a list of laws that he drew up when he came to America, which gave him pure immunity for being wicked and for killing and for stealing. He was granted the privilege to steal from the natives and to kill them with no repercussions or prosecution. And those laws were drawn up even more up until this day to give them, like diplomatic immunity, like that guy said in Lethal Weapon. To this very day, man, his laws allow him to get away with murder, get away with treason, perjury, all that shit, man. Even those higher crimes, man. He's allowed to, hey, man, remember, he was that horse, man, that red horse that was allowed to take peace from the earth. He's allowed to work, hey, man, the worker of iniquity, all right? But he had that power to do that, man, and he's about to show all of it in this last run when Jacob's trouble comes. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Esau was a perfect devil. It says the hidden ones are the preserved, man, the elect. All right. It says they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. But even these other nations, man, they're starting to grab on, man, that while this devil's plans is to try to take out Israel, these heathen, they also know that they need us. All right. They need us to come back and remember who we are, because they realize that they fucked up making a deal with the devil. Because you see Esau, whenever these other nations disagree with Esau, he rains down fire from heaven, like it says in Revelation 13. Bombing them, nuking them, or not nuking, he'll be sending missiles on them. All right? That's why you have so much talk about a nuclear fallout, because they're getting tired of Esau fucking with them. All right? Esau is the hammer of the earth, and they're getting tired of that shit. Why do you think it says in Revelation 17 that the Lord put it in their heart to give, I'll get it. Hold on. Revelation 17 and 17 says, for the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, which is NATO, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. So they're the only reason why they ain't said or done some shit yet is because the Lord is making them agree with Esau. Because hey man, you gotta have the Most High control these nations, man. Otherwise, these other nations would react. They would try to cause war, which everything not properly set in its place, prophecy wouldn't happen the way it's supposed to. But the Lord is controlling these nations and making them agree to give the kingdom to Esau until a time appointed. But once that green light is given, man, hey, it's going to be all out war. Remember, man, you're going to have these other nations, bending the bow against America. All right? This is Jeremiah. I'll get that one next. Jeremiah 50 and 26. It says, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly, let nothing of her be left. I'm going to jump down to verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow. And that bending the bow is talking about, having the missile capabilities. All right? All these other nations, man, they got missiles now. I dare say that they have nuclear missiles too. Well, yeah, they do, but like not on a scale of, like America does, all right? Or Russia, because you got to remember Russia is a guard unto these other nations. So Russia has nuclear capability, especially, on a higher level. That's why you've been seeing Putin been talking about it, man. If America wants to react, well, then they have no choice but to defend. All right? But it says, call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, which is these other nations, camp against it round about. So these other nations are going to come around the borders of America. That's why you're going to have these ships, these Navy ships all around America. When all this shit is happening with Jacob's trouble, leading up to the implementation of the MOTB, mixed with the World War III, because even though the Apostle Tahar said that they're going to basically, all these prophecies, man, these last major ones, they're going to be kind of happening like simultaneously, and they're going to be happening fast. All right, so it's going to start out with Jacob's trouble, but before you know it, you're going to have these other nations invading America. All right, bending the bow, getting ready to shoot upon America. It says, according to all that she have done, do unto her, but she have been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. It says, therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in the day that in that day, saith the Lord. Let's see. Jeremiah 51. Actually, you know what? Jeremiah 51 and 11. It says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. It says, the Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, which is going to be Russia. All right, the king of the Medes is the Russians. It's talking about Russia. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Right now, that's why you have, again, like you got this this friction between Putin and Biden. You know, America really. All right, we've already made this known. America's going to do something to piss off Russia in the end, man. Something. All right. It tells you that they're not going to regard silver or gold. I believe that's in I think it's Isaiah. Let me see if I can find it. Isaiah. Let me see. Shoot, man, I can't remember. Hold on, man. Hold on. Right here, Isaiah 13 and 17. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So that's how you know it's future prophecy, because Babylon wasn't destroyed. It's still there. It's present day Iraq, right? But it wasn't destroyed like the way that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Which, how was Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed? By fire, right? Which we believe it to be of more than just that, but it was nuclear explosion. You know, the way that the Lord destroyed it. You know, it was said that the angels, split the atom, and that's why it was burned up by fire. So, anyways, Salakia, man, Salakia. But that's why it says right here in verse 17, that's how we know it's future prophecy, because, like I said, America's still there, or Babylon is still there to this very day. But it said that, behold, I stirred the Medes against them, but shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So this time around, all right, America's going to do something to piss off Russia so much that they're not going to listen to the sanctions, because a sanction really is like is a form of a threat. All right, and you see it. You've been seeing Russia not giving a fuck about what Israel, or goddamn, you've been seeing that they're not caring about what America's been trying to impose on them. They're not, Putin's not really having the talks anymore. All right, but I would like to think that it might be that, America's gonna keep on trying to, cage them in, and Putin's just gonna get tired of that shit. However it may play out, we don't know, but that time is coming. All right, the Russians ain't gonna give a fuck, and they're just gonna say, fuck it, we're going to war. All right, it even came out on a report the other day that in these talks, how the media is putting out that Russia is talking about always having a nuclear war and this and that. It was actually found out, which we already know not to believe the media. It actually found out that it's America always talking that shit, And Putin is just responding with like, bro, we're going to defend ourselves. You know, like we're not going to just let you bomb us. We're going to fight. But rest assured, man, that the demonization, the propagandizing, all right, the campaigning, the slandering of Putin, it's going to get back to him, man. And it is. And that's what's going to cause this war. All right. But it says in verse 19, and Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, which the Chaldees were known for their witchcraft. All right. And that's all that is. That's all that America worked on this planet was witchcraft, telling people things that, making it seem what it wasn't. Every time on the media, man, you look at the news, it seems like these other nations are the ones that are acting up, all right, that are misbehaving and trying to work world domination and, having, biomass nuclear destruction, like what they did with Saddam, man. But you find out Saddam, man, he was just trying to revert back to gold. And America found out, and that's why they killed his ass. Same thing with Gaddafi. He was trying to revert back to a gold commodity. They found out, they went to go kill him, but they were calling him a terrorist. They were, saying he had a part with, certain groups and this and that. But it was all a lie. America's the one that's lying. All right? But that was all witchcraft. All right? The mistress of witchcrafts, right? I think that's in Nahum. It said, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. That links up with everything I spoke about earlier today with, Esau's days have been, his days have been determined, all right? Going back to the word appointed, man, it's been scheduled out, all right? You only gonna live for a certain amount of time, but you got to realize too, man, only reason that your kingdom is going on right now, while we still out here preaching, while we're still calling you the devil, while you're still able to work your atrocities, is because the Lord has a device that is working against you, all right? And that includes sealing up his chosen that you're not going to get an advantage of, all right, that you're not going to win over from, which who also, in the end, we're going to have the privilege of taking you down with Yahweh Shai, all right? But, because the scriptures tell you that we gotta chain you up in fetters, man. All right, we gotta bind the kings with chains of fetters of iron. All right, but there's a lot of other things, man. The Lord is allowing you to get more proud. See, you living off of borrowed time, but you thinking it's for you. But you're not gonna live past your appointed time. And again, it says, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So pro meaning for, long, length. Salakia. But yeah, man. So I want to get something in Joel real quick. Let's see. Ah, man. There it is. This is Job chapter 27. In verse 8, it says, "For what is the hope of the hypocrite?" Well, it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon that the hope of the ungodly, the hope of the hypocrite is vain. For what is the hope of the hypocrite, though he have gained, when the Most High taketh away his soul? Will the Most High hear his cry when trouble cometh upon him? Will he delight himself in the Almighty? Will he always call upon the Most High? Now, I read yesterday, that the Lord is only, he's a helper to the afflicted, to the oppressed, to the robbed, to the fatherless. to the poor. All right? You've been living sumptuously, man. You've been faring sumptuously, like it says in Luke, the 16th chapter. So why do you need help? You have your heart's desire. You ain't got no trouble coming to you. Even it tells you in Psalms, what is that, 72 or 73? That you are not in trouble as other men. So you live in a fine, dainty life. So why does the Lord need to come back and fight for you? All right? It says, I will teach you by the hand of the Most High, that which is with the Almighty will I not conceal. It says, behold, all ye yourselves have seen it. Why then are ye thus altogether vain? Why does Esau, after everything he's seen with the working of the power of the Lord, does he continue to fight against it? That's the question to ask. Why does this man keep on pushing? Ugh. That man is throwing up in his van. Anyways, but after everything that's gone on in the world, after everything that Esau's seen, you know, like with the Hadron Collider, you know, what the fuck? All right, you know, when he tried to send, you know, he tried to work with the left-hand side, man. When he tried to open up that portal, and you know, he had that fearful response, you know. Or was it what Esau, man? They were having a ritual. You know, they said that they had seen something very frightful, man. Basically, like it was a message of like, your end is coming. You know, they were performing a demonic ritual, and there was something paranormal happened to him during that time, and it wasn't a left-hand spirit, it was the Lord. An angel had been sent him a message. All right, but you think you would stop after you seen one of the most feared things, which was Israel coming back to life, you know, but yet you continue to run. All right, it says this is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High. Oh man, what is that in Isaiah, man, where it says that let favor be shewn to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness? Why couldn't you just learn it? Yeah, you were designed to be the wicked, you know, you were designed to be the waster, the evil, the bad man, but you had a brain. You were set up, but still, why didn't you ask? Why wasn't your desire to do good? Okay. It says, this is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and if his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread, those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. Though he heap up his silver as the dust, and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, okay? He may prepare it, but the just shall put it on. That's why we tell you that, you know, Esau is going to be destroyed, all right? And everything he's been working to acquire, you know, he has all the resources, all the precious stones, all the precious metals, all the gold, all the silver, all the bullion, all the money, all right? All of that's going to have to be restored back. It tells you that, what, in Job 21, I believe? Let me see. Job 20, all right? It says that the righteous shall put it on, meaning we are the elect, all right? It says, and the innocent shall divide the silver. He buildeth his house as a moth, and as a booth that the keeper maketh. The rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He opened it. Hey, that's why it says that the world shall look narrowly upon you, and they shall say, is this the man? We ain't gonna have no pity for you when this is all said and done. All right? An Edomite is gonna be known in the kingdom that they are the devil. Their daughters, their children, their grandmothers, their aunties, their uncles, the grandfathers, the fathers, the mothers. We're gonna look at Paris Hilton in the kingdom, man, and we're gonna know she's a damn devil. All right. Kim Kardashian, I'm pretty sure she's an Edomite. Hey, the water for that precept, man. Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. That's why you're going to receive the portion of an oppressor, the heritage of oppressors. All right. It says, the rich man shall lie down, but he shall not be gathered. He openeth his eyes, and he is not. Terrors take hold on him as waters. A tempest stealeth him away in the night. That tempest is going to be the thermonuclear missiles. All right. it says the east wind. The east wind is also talking about the missiles. The east wind carried him away, and he departed, and as a storm hurled him out of his place. For the Most High, yeah, man, that's why it tells you in, what is that? What is that, 2nd Esdras 3 or 4? Let me see. 2nd Esdras 4 and 29, if therefore that which is sown, damn, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. Talking about how, you know, it's going to have to be a violence and a viciousness, you know, how the Lord's going to do away with Esau. He's going to have to fuck this place up, man. Thrash. Hey, it tells you a threshing floor. All right, it tells you in, I'm going to go back to Job after this, but it tells you in Jeremiah 50 and 51 to 33, it says, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. And we established who the daughter of Babylon is. All right, it's the daughter of Edom. All right, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor, which a threshing floor is basically a burn floor. It is time to thresh her, which the word thresh means to tread down. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. So, hey, man, we're getting to the point. We're getting to the age of where America's going to start getting brought down, man. Getting thrown down. What did it say in Malachi, what is that, 1st chapter, the 4th verse? Where we say we shall build, but you know the Lord said He'll throw it down. All right. That's where you get the term, you know, Jake amongst Jake. Jake used to say it. You don't know how much. I don't know if y'all say it much anymore, but when you're about to fight, they'll be like, all right, well, let's throw down. All right. Who's going to win the fight? Who's going to get beat down? Well, we know in this case it's going to be Esau. All right. But again, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, the daughter of Babylon, is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her. Yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. Like I read in what is that, Isaiah 13. The nearing of her time has come. Her days shall not be prolonged. Look, man, the Lord is just building up the fight. All right, that's all that's going on right now, man. The preaching is being done. We're letting you know. We're still prophesying of certain prophecies that are going to come to pass, but we're letting you know, man, that the end of this time is going to be dreadful, man. All right. I think there's a scripture where it says that for horrible is the end of the wicked. If I'm not mistaken. But going back to Job, and I'll probably end it off here. Job 27 and 8-21, it says, the east wind carried them away, and he departed, and as a storm hurled them out of his place. For the Most High shall cast upon them and not spare. He would faint. Oh shit. Damn. It says he would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place. And that's what's coming here. Like I said, the world's going to narrowly look upon Esau in the end. All right. And ain't going to have no pity on him. All right. Esau's going to beg for forgiveness in the kingdom. Beg that the other nations help him out. But even the other nations are going to know who you are, man. They know who you are now, but we're going to fully know it, man. Ain't no, and again, ain't no, you know, set him not by your right hand. We're not going to give him no leisure to cut shit or make any headway for him to try to get an advantage or work some type of bullshit on anybody, man. It's not going to happen in the kingdom. All right. So, hey, you know, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and much love, honors and blessings to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahshai, which hold the conduct, composure, and integrity. And keep on holding fast, keep on fighting, man, because we're to the end. All right? And with that, hey, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahshai, Brakathum, Kwame Allah, Shalom.